In last night's video, you guys saw me at a pretty raw point where I was about to finish recording the album, and there was just a lot of things going on, right? There was the mix of the lack of sleep for like the last week, which I'm still riding off of. I still didn't get as much sleep as I should have last night. Also, all the built up emotion of just, working on the album for all this time, because as I mentioned before, a lot of this album, it's kind of like a mix of things that I've written over the last 6, 7, 8 years, but it's also a mix of things that I've written recently, and the entire album was only produced within like the last 4 to 5 months. There was some stuff that I'd written beforehand, like instrumentally speaking, but in terms of just like putting it all and actually like producing it and making into something, a lot of the creative process only happened recently. So I've been dealing with a lot for the last couple months, on top of not only making this album, and basically because this album is a purging and healing process for me, which we'll get to because I do feel a lot better now. Where I was finally taking all of this stuff that I've had built up in here for so long, the things that I could never talk about to anybody. There's things that I talk about on this record that I've never even told even the closest of closest people in my life. Not past significant others, not friends or best friends or family or even my own mother or anything like that, right? So there was like a lot of just like, dark stuff that I had to pull off for this album. And that does take a huge toll on you emotionally, let me just say. And and then again, there's just been other things I've been going through in real life as everybody can relate to, right? There's always something going on in everybody's life. But anyway, I was just dealing with all that, and and then I told the story last night of how I've kind of been procrastinating working on the album just because of how emotionally it's been bogging me down. So then in the last 3 days, I just went through and banged out the vocals for like half the freaking record, and it's the next day now, and I can happily and gladly say that yes, it is complete. The album is done, and not only is it done, but I listened to it last night, and I love it. And I don't say that lightly because I'm one of those people, there's two kinds of people. There's the person that hates everything they do, and then there's the people that love everything they do and think their shit doesn't stink. For me, I'm, somewhere in the healthy middle ground where I'm able to look at my own work, both subjectively and objectively, and be like, okay, what can I maybe improve here? What needs to stay? Where should I sacrifice, quote unquote, quality or cleanliness for the sake of like raw emotion and this, that, and the other? And this album definitely strikes the nice balance of nice production. It sounds clean, it sounds nicely put together, it's nicely produced, but it also still sounds very raw, and there's some cuts on this record that are just unapologetically raw, maybe to a fault, and are kind of uncomfortable even for me to listen to, even though I'm the person that made it. And if it makes me uncomfortable, God only knows what I'm about to do to any poor soul poor enough or unfortunate enough to listen to it. And I don't mean unfortunate in the way that it's bad, I just mean unfortunate in the way that you're literally just gonna hear me like disassembling in your ears, and it's going to be a beautiful process. But anyway, I also sent the album to some of my close friends, some of my day ones, and people I used to make music with years ago, and I got a myriad of comments such as the album is beautiful, and other things just complimenting the music, saying that I still got it, or that it's that it's good and everything. And actually, the reason that I'm making this video and kind of just making something chill today is because I'm going to listen to it with my mother here soon, which is kind of nerve-wracking for me because it's I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm very unapologetic with my music. It's just like, this is my statement. It's like, you take it or you leave it or you don't care. But there's something about like showing it to my own mother where it's like, oh man, it's kind of like, oh man, like, it's not even necessarily a thing of like, oh, I'm seeking her approval or anything like that, which that's nice, obviously getting having people like it or whatever, but it's just still just like that process of like, okay, mom, you basically need to listen to your own son talk about how much he hates the life that you gave him. So it's just kind of like a weird process, or like a weird thing. Not really weird, but I don't know, kind of like uncomfortable, kind of makes me anxious in the moment. But so that's definitely going to be an experience. I'm going to be taking a speaker, and I'm just going to turn it on, and that's just going to speak for itself. I do also want to say that the album is kind of available to pre-order now, kind of not. So that's the other piece of this. I did get it sent out this morning. I listened to it again this morning. I've already listened to the album twice, and I was like, it's good. I'm not touching this anymore. There's nothing. If I touch anything at this point, it'll be OCD hyperfixation. I'm not doing this shit. I sent it. It's off. It's going to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. It's done. Here's this really messed up thing about me. When I know that something big is coming up, I kind of get this thing in my head of like, okay, I can't it's gonna sound terrible. I can't die until I finish this thing that I want to do. And that's kind of how it's been for me with this album. I'm like, okay, listen, I know my body's like kind of fucked up, whatever, but I'm not allowed to die until I finish this album. And for some reason, my OCD gets really bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if something happens? What if like a fucking like Mack truck comes soaring through my wall and smashes me while I'm sleeping, or like World War III starts? I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to finish this album and I'm gonna die. But now that the album's done, I'm like, okay, if I were to die or something, it's fine. And I'm not saying I want to die. I'm not saying that's the case at all. Actually, quite the opposite, 'cause we're gonna get to that. But I'm just like, okay, if I would drop over a heart attack right now, it's fine because the album's done. I don't care. I made my statement. I'm good. We're good. I got content lined up, so if I ever do die, you guys will still be eating good for a while. Like, we're good. That sounds terrible, but it's like half true. But anyway, so yeah, you know, it's kind of like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. You know, yesterday I couldn't fathom to smile the way that I am today, but I feel like this album has been what I've been needing for so long, man. I feel like with everything I've been through this year, and because like I said before, this album is the culmination of not everything I've worked on in the last like almost decade, but also just everything I've been through in my life, and it's, my God, how do I put this? Like, talking about it is one thing. Just talking about things is one thing. But when you take something and you turn it into something else, like literally just convert that energy, because there's different ways to escape certain feelings or deal with certain feelings. Like, you know, you can escape certain situations by burying your head in your phone and doom scrolling, or, you know, you can try to deal with things by talking to a therapist about it. But it's not really gonna help. And that's the thing the therapists don't want you to know. Because, you know, they can give you 5 million medications, but really the medication is just a temporary solution to an underlying problem that roots back up as soon as you stop that medication. And I'm not saying don't take medication. Take the medication if it helps you. Sometimes you just can't really help it. But as is all things, it's literally just like a basic law of science, right? You can't kill energy. You can only like convert it or turn it into something else or do something else with it. So for me, taking all of this negative energy and turning it into something else, even if inherently the sound that it made, you know, the music being rather still negative, as in most of the album is literally made in minor keys, you know, like B minor, D minor. Those were like most of the keys on the album, if I'm going to be honest. I think we had B minor, B flat minor, D minor, E minor, there might have been an A minor somewhere in there. I think there was like 2 C major songs and the rest are just minor, so inherently it's all really I'm sorry, man. I don't know why that was so funny to me. It's all like just really depressing sounding, but even still, it's beautiful in its depressingness. And for me, that's been so just, excuse my language, but fucking awesome, dude. Like, being able to take so much negativity, so much hurt that I've carried, so much stuff that has weighed me down, so many things that have even happened to me in this last year that I was able to talk about on the album, has been so just awesome. Like, being able to just convert it like that. Like, even listening to it now, even though I'm basically just like feeding my brain my own pain and listening to it, it's like, okay, I made this, and that's awesome. I took that energy and did something with it. And as I said in like my last video, you know, the fact that, you know, when I put out my last couple songs, the music already resonated with people. Like that's more than enough of what I needed right there. Like, the music already did its job before the album even released. I released 2 singles. It already resonated with people. People already loved it. There was already people that were able to relate to it. People that liked it, said it was catchy one thing or another. And that in itself, so it already did. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair. I tried brushing it yesterday, and it's so flat. I hate it. I needed to find something to do with it. Probably gonna trim it a little bit and then like dye some of the strands here soon. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But anyway, yeah, so the music did its job before the album even released, and then when the album does release, you know, just again back off the back of like everything that I've been told from the people that I sent it to, as well as you know, my mom's heard like some snippets here and there, but she hasn't heard the whole thing front to back, like not even close. So I'm gonna be doing that today. And yeah, you know, it's just awesome. It really is. It's such a relieving experience, and again, I just feel like there's just this huge weight that's been lifted off of me. Like, I feel like I can, you know, even if this is only temporary, right? Because you know, obviously mental health is just kind of like an ongoing battle, but at least in the moment, I just feel so free. I feel like I can finally just like flop back in my chair, do one of these, be like, all right, buddy. All right, man, we're good. It's all good, man. Like, I feel all right now, and that's awesome to be able to actually say and mean it. Like, if somebody were to ask me, like, how you feeling right now, I would say physically, I don't feel the best because I haven't been sleeping. I still kind of feel like shit. My diaphragm is destroyed right now. When you sing, rap, scream, etc., I was doing all of the above. You have to use your diaphragm to like support, you know, whatever as you're doing it. And, you know, I haven't really been talking much in the last month outside of these videos just because I've been hermiting more than usual, which means that my body and my vocals weren't really ready for the last week of hell that I put them through, but I did it anyway. And, yeah, so I kind of felt nauseous yesterday and almost threw up a couple times while recording because my diaphragm was squeezing my stomach so hard that it couldn't hold the food that I had ate, and I hadn't even eaten that much food. Even drinking water was starting to bloat me out, and I didn't drink that much water either. It was kind of crazy. I'm feeling better today, so you know that's a good thing. But yeah, it was actually really brutal, man. I think I should make a documentary. I was going to document the entire album process, but that was a bad idea. So I didn't, like, I did it for one song, and I was like, no, I'm not documenting this. This is bad. So I didn't do that. I didn't document it. But I would like to make like a video of doing like a recap, like once the album releases, like a play-by-play of the whole album and like what happened during each song, what the recording processes were like. Because dude, even though all the recording and writing and producing and everything happened in this room, you don't want to know, dude. I got some horror stories of the things that happened in this room, the hell I put myself through, the methods I use to invoke emotion out of myself. Oh my god. It's one of those things where somebody will hear it in like 15-20 years when listening to this record again, and they'll be like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. This guy really was fucked up the whole time. I always had a feeling. Cause dude, oh man, I was like a caged animal yesterday. Holy, wow. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just feel pretty good, you know. Physically, no, not at all. But emotionally, yeah, man, I feel great. You know, I'm just kind of ready to kick back, chill, and play some COD today. You know, like it is what it is. Like we're all good. So yeah, there's some other things I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, if you want to pre-order the album, I'll have a link in the description. However, be aware that right now the only thing that's really available in there is to pre-save it on Spotify. So I don't know, like I can't really give you an ETA on when it'll be available to pre-order and the other stuff. I'll have to like just say it in like another video or a short or something at some point. But like in like a week, maybe two, it should be then available to pre-order on iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all the other things. And it'll make its way to all those platforms eventually. So I'll have a link to that in the description. If you want to go pre-save it on Spotify for now, you can do that. And then whenever it comes to more platforms, I'll let you guys know. Because me personally, I use Apple Music. I'm a bit of an audiophile, and you know, Apple Music specifically has settings for like lossless audio, and then you can like adjust like the I forget what the one setting is called, but basically there's like the setting you can turn off. So then you just kind of get like the original volume and mix of it. Pair that with like the high-res lossless and the Dolby Atmos. I'm sorry, I can't freaking speak. Oh my god, dude, listening to it on my surround sounds is just otherworldly. So that's why I use Apple Music specifically. But yeah, so whenever that's available, I'll let you guys know. I also want to make some CDs. I'm planning on doing like $10 per CD, so if you guys would be interested in that, I gotta figure all that out. Because it said it'd be like $5 to ship within the US or something like that, but then like there's also like you have to account for shipping outside of the US, so I kind of just want to make it like $10 flat, just so then it's like, here, that covers shipping for everybody, or maybe it'd be more. I don't know. I gotta look up shipping fees. I might have to make it 15, but I want it to be a flat fee for everybody. I don't want it to be like, oh, but then again, maybe I could just charge based on like certain shipping, because I don't care about profit. I just want to like get the music out to people. Like, profit's like the last thing on my mind. If I want money, I'll go work more for it. You know, I'm not gonna like take it from other people just for listening to my music or whatever. You know, like if you want to support me in that way, just like put my music on play before you go to sleep. Put your phone on mute, and that'll count as streams or something. I don't want to just take your money directly if I don't have to for the CDs. So I have to figure that out. Might even get some signed ones out there. You know, I feel like that could be cool if anybody wants one like that. So yeah, I gotta figure that out. And, yeah, I kind of want to get my music on vinyl, too. I feel like that'd be pretty badass, man. I got a badass album cover. I feel like that would look sick on a vinyl in somebody's collection. Be like, yeah, that's Grotesque's record right there. Like, even the album cover itself, oh, damn, I'm proud of that one. It's funny, is I took that picture, like, or I didn't take that picture. My buddy took that picture, like, 5.5, 6 years ago. And, it was in a graveyard. And I felt like it was kind of poetic, too, because the album's called Survivor. And I'm like, the survivor in this fucking graveyard full of dead people. It's really twisted. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, yeah, I've been yapping long enough. I think I'm gonna go figure out something to do with my hair today. And then when the album does release, I kind of want to do that thing we did before, but I want to do like a full live session of it. Front to back, instrumentals lined up. Bam. Also, not only will it be available on those platforms, but I'm also gonna have it uploaded to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna upload it two ways. I'm gonna upload each song individually into a playlist, then you have the full album experience. But I'm also going to make a long video, like a full, like 45, 50-minute video, something like that. However long the album is, like 47 minutes or something like that. Of the entire album, front to finish, so you can just click on one video and get the full Survivor experience, because it is a concept album. I don't want to spoil it necessarily just yet. I'll talk about it more when the album actually releases, but a lot of it is interconnected, like between some of the chord progressions, lyrics, and themes, and certain titles and certain Easter eggs and songs that literally nobody would ever be able to find out. Like, even if you listen to the chord progressions, even if you listen to the lyrics, even if you know everything about music, there was Easter eggs that I hid baked into the music and the notes on the fucking page that nobody would ever be able to figure out, because I love putting Easter eggs into everything. And it's one of those things where only, like, once the album releases, I can tell these things and people will be like, how the hell did you ever think of that? And that's what I love about my creative ADHD brain. I just like find ways to just be creative with everything. Anyway, I've been yapping for a while. Like I said, I feel pretty damn good. Do I need sleep? Yes. Do I feel good though? Yes. I'm ready to get this video done, go listen to this album with my mom. After that, I got some work to do today. I've been behind because I've just been working on this for the last week, so I got a lot to do today. But tomorrow we'll be back to, like, I'll probably finish Saints Row finally tomorrow, and then after that we'll be on to, like, another Craft's Treasure again and just kind of go from there. So yeah, sorry for another random video again today, but I just had to share this because it's pretty exciting, and yeah. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out and thank you to all the patrons and channel members to get all in the low ball tier, and an even bigger shout out and thank you to both Tim Lasking and Dead Manny, and the biggest shout out and I'm thank you guys so much as a little legends. I love you. Have an amazing day, stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.